Listen up because this will change the way you handle disrespect forever. The next time someone disrespects you, don't react. Don't argue. Don't beg for an apology. Don't even flinch. Because the truth is, they already know they crossed the line. When someone disrespects you, it's not an accident. It's a choice. They knew what they were doing. They felt the weight of their words before they said them. They watched the expression on your face when they delivered the insult. And you know what? They wanted a reaction. They wanted you to explode. They wanted you to cry. They wanted you to chase after them, asking why. Because the moment you do, they win. They get to control your emotions, your energy, your peace. But here's where you flip the script. Silence. Absolute, unshakable, terrifying silence, because silence is power. Silence makes them second guess everything. Silence makes them realize they lost control over you. And let me tell you something, there is no greater revenge than making someone irrelevant in your world. You don't need to fight battles that karma has already scheduled for them. Oh, trust me, karma is always on time. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. But the people who throw dirt will eventually bury themselves in it. So let them talk. Let them disrespect. Let them underestimate you. While they waste their energy being small, you stay focused on your future. You keep grinding, leveling up, building a life so powerful that they'll have no choice but to watch from the sidelines, regretting every word they ever spoke against you. Silence is the most underestimated weapon in human psychology. People think power comes from words, from comebacks, from proving a point. But the real power, it comes from the moment you decide to say absolutely nothing. Because when you stay quiet, you force the other person to sit alone with their own actions, their own words, their own poison. And that silence, it's deafening. It eats away at them far worse than any argument ever could. When someone disrespects you, they expect chaos. They expect you to lash out, to break down, to prove them right in their twisted little game. They want to see you lose control because that means they win. It means they got under your skin. It means, for a moment, they owned your energy. But when you say nothing, when you just stand there, unshaken, looking them dead in the eye, or simply walking away, you take that power back instantly. You leave them grasping at thin air, wondering why their words didn't land the way they wanted. Silence turns the mirror back on them. It forces them to deal with the weight of what they just did. And make no mistake, people always feel it. They always know when they cross the line. The problem is they expect you to carry the guilt and the pain while they walk away feeling justified. But when you refuse to engage, when you don't even give them the satisfaction of a reaction, that guilt stays with them. It lingers. It festers. Because here's the truth, people who throw disrespect at you are fighting battles within themselves. They are drowning in their own insecurities, their own failures, their own fears. And the easiest way to feel powerful for them is to try to make you feel small. But the moment you don't react, they lose that illusion of control. They're left alone with their own darkness, and let me tell you something, most people are terrified of facing themselves. Your silence becomes a psychological war zone. Every second that passes without a response is another spent. They feel their grip slipping. They start overthinking. They start wondering, why didn't they react? Why didn't they fight back? Did I go too far? Are they planning something? Their mind becomes a prison of their own making. And you? You walk away with your dignity untouched, your peace intact, and your focus unshaken. Silence exposes weakness. It makes the person who disrespected you feel their own insignificance. Because let's be honest, if someone truly mattered to you, if their opinion held any weight in your life, would their words shake you? No. The fact that you don't respond, that tells them exactly where they stand. Nowhere. And that's what destroys them. People hate being ignored. They crave attention, especially when they're trying to get under your skin. Disrespect is an attention-seeking behavior. It's a desperate attempt to be significant, to be seen, to be heard. But when you refuse to acknowledge it, you send the loudest message possible: you are irrelevant. And there is nothing more painful than realizing you don't matter to someone you tried to break. The strongest people in this world don't waste their energy proving points to fools. They don't lower themselves to fight battles that don't serve their future. They don't let emotions drive their actions. Instead, They master the art of silence. They understand that real power isn't in how loud you can be, but in how unaffected you can remain. You ever see a lion react to the barking of a dog? No, because the lion knows exactly who it is. It doesn't need to prove its strength to something that isn't even on its level. That's the mentality you need to adopt. Let people bark. Let them try to provoke you. Let them throw their words like stones. You don't have to pick up a single one, because you're not here to fight meaningless battles. You're here to build an empire. And let me tell you something, people who truly succeed, people who truly rise above, don't waste their breath on those who disrespect them. They let their actions speak. They let their growth, their success, their unshakable presence do the talking. Because while the weak are busy trying to tear others down, the strong are too focused on their own elevation to even acknowledge them. Silence is a statement. It's a declaration that says, I refuse to be dragged into your storm because I am too focused on building my own sky. It's the ultimate act of self-control, of discipline, of power. And the moment you master it, you become untouchable. Karma is the most ruthless force in the universe. It doesn't care about apologies. It doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care about how much someone tries to run from the consequences of their actions. Karma always collects its debt, and it never, ever forgets. The person who disrespected you, they think they got away with it. They walked away with a smirk, thinking they won, thinking there are no consequences for their words, their actions, their betrayal. But what they don't realize is that karma has already marked them. The moment they chose to throw dirt on your name, the moment they tried to break you, the moment they disrespected someone who did nothing but stay solid, their downfall was set in motion. You don't have to lift a single finger for revenge. You don't have to waste your energy plotting, fighting, or proving a point. Because the universe already has its hands on them, life will put them in a position where they will feel every ounce of the pain they tried to throw at you. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. But the bill always comes due. The same lips that spoke against you will one day speak your name with regret. The same hands that pushed you away will one day reach out in desperation. The same people who underestimated you will one day have no choice but to respect you. That's how life works. The energy you put out is the energy that returns to you. And those who move with malice, with deceit, with disrespect, they always fall into their own traps. They might think they're untouchable now. They might be laughing, celebrating their temporary victory, thinking they've won. But what they don't see is what's coming for them. What they don't realize is that every time they mistreat someone, every time they throw negativity into the world, they are setting up their own future failure. Karma doesn't operate on human time. It doesn't rush. It doesn't warn. It waits. And when it strikes, it hits where it hurts the most. It takes away the things they thought were secure. It humbles them in ways they never expected. It makes them taste the very pain they inflicted on others. And by the time they realize what's happening, it's too late. You don't need to be around to see it. You don't need to watch their downfall. You don't need to hope for their failure. Just focus on yourself, on your growth, on your future. Because while they are out there playing small, disrespecting people, throwing shade, you are rising. You are becoming someone they will regret ever crossing. One day they will sit alone, replaying the moments when they could have treated you better. One day they will wish they had handled things differently. One day they will learn what it feels like to be on the receiving end of exactly what they gave out. And when that day comes, you won't even care. You'll be too far ahead, too focused on your blessings, too busy living the life they never thought you could have. Let them do what they do. Let them dig their own graves. Let them think they've won. Because in the end, karma speaks louder than anything you could ever say. Success is the only language that leaves no room for argument. When you truly rise, when you truly build something unshakable, when you transform into the person they never believed you could be, there is no comeback for that. No insult can erase your achievements. No disrespect can lower your value. No betrayal can stop what is destined for you. The greatest response to anyone who doubted you, insulted you, or disrespected you is to become so successful that their words become meaningless background noise. When they disrespected you, they wanted you to react. They wanted to see you break, lose control, prove that their words had power over you. They wanted to shake you because deep down they feared what you could become. People don't throw stones at things that don't matter. They don't try to break people who are beneath them. The fact that they targeted you at all means they saw something in you, something that threatened them, something they wanted to destroy before it had a chance to grow. But they failed because every ounce of disrespect they threw at you was actually fuel. Every insult, every doubt, every moment they tried to make you feel small was just another brick in the foundation of your success. You don't need to argue. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to explain anything to people who have already decided to misunderstand you. While they waste their time gossiping, doubting, disrespecting, you stay focused. You keep building. You keep grinding. You keep proving them wrong, not with words, but with results. There is no greater revenge than living a life they never saw coming. There is no louder response than winning in a way that makes them wish they had treated you differently. One day they will look up and realize that the person they disrespected, the person they tried to break, the person they laughed at, is now untouchable. They will see you thriving, unstoppable, unbothered, and in that moment they will know they lost. Because while they were busy playing games, you were busy leveling up. While they were focused on tearing you down, you were focused on building an empire. And now they have to sit in the reality they created, the reality where they are nothing more than a footnote in your success story. Nothing haunts a person more than realizing they wasted their chance to respect you. Nothing is more painful than watching